What's going on, guys? Rosa here, and today I have a updated deck profile of my Lost World Dinosaur deck. Uh, it would be another deck, but I don't have any other ones to really show at the moment that are 100% complete. Before I get started, I just want to do one little thing and give a shout out to El Toronto Fuerte. He's another YouTuber who opens up Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on his channel. He also goes around to like other places, I believe. So I got this in the mail from him. It was sent from Showtime Cards, which I'm assuming he works with them. Um, they sent me a free Structure Deck Soul Burner. I already opened it up, but I didn't feel like kind of boring you guys with the opening because you've probably seen the Soul Burner Structure Deck open like a million times on YouTube already. So I didn't really want to do something that's kind of getting a little repetitive because I thought it would be kind of boring. Um, yeah, so Ash Blossom was, of course, something I was really happy to get out of there, because Ash Blossom's just universally amazing to have in the game. And you throw it in pretty much any deck that has the space for the hand traps, and it just goes well. And that's really all I wanted to say. Just give a quick shout out to them for the awesome prize that they sent me, and one more little thing, guys. If you haven't checked out my videos for my trading card game, go ahead and check those out. I think you will like them if you give it a chance. uh, I'll be putting the links to the two videos that are done so far in the description below, and the next video will be out later today. Now let's go ahead and get started on this deck profile. Alright, so starting off with the deck, we have two copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. You can run 3 if you want. I just felt like 2 was enough for the moment. I believe I was running 3 before, but I noticed it was kind of getting a little bit cloggy. You can bounce before in 2 and 3, see which count works. I'm still deciding, but for now I think 2 might be the better option, considering there are a few high-level monsters in the deck. Next, we have 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. Well, the Searcher, aka Overtext. Yeah, it just searches your evolution pill, or it's a free Spell/Trap Negate. 2 copies of Dino Wrestler Pankratops. 2 is enough. You could search it if you need to. You can even special summon it off one of your babies as well, which is why we're running that baby, which I'll get to eventually. 3 was a little bit too much. I think 2 of each of these is fine for now. Next, we have the main normal summon of the deck, which is 3 Overraptor. Overall, just a really good card. You want to see this as quickly as possible, so we are maxing it out. Next, we have 2 copies of Baby Cerosaurus. Just 2 because we're also running 1 copy Pizza Pteranodon. Baby Cerosaurus summons level 4 or lower dinosaurs, and then Pizza Pteranodon summons level 4 or higher. So typically, if we need a level 4 or higher, we'll use Pizza Pteranodon usually to get ourselves a Pankratops, because that can help us get rid of floodgates or any pesky cards on the field, maybe field spells or stuff like that. Overall, I think the 1 is a really, really big must, just in case, because typically when you're just going level 4 or lower, you'll just grab this. If you don't need it, you'll just use this level 4 for material for either Link Summon or Xyz Summon or Synchro, whatever it may be. Now for the rest of our 1-ofs, we have 1 Dirac ALO. We use this for our Naturia Beasts. Now some of you guys are probably questioning that, because that would probably be because you don't understand why it's used for Naturia Beasts. You run the 1 ALO to make Naturia Beasts because your Reprodocus can change the attribute of your monsters it points to. So you'll summon your ALO where Reprodocus is pointing to, and then you'll use the effect targeting ALO to turn it into an Earth Tuner. And then you'll use one of your level 4 Earth monsters with that ALO to make your Naturia Beast. Then I'm running 1 Dirac Monoloth. This is actually to go into the Yazi Mirror package, which I am running in the deck. This is right now the only way I'm making a level 7 Synchro, but if you want to, then maybe add something like Double Destrudo, or maybe Double Destrudo and a Shrine, or maybe 2 Shrine and 1 Destrudo. Anything like that. I'm still testing, so I might end up putting in Destrudo, I don't know, but go ahead and test that and let me know how it goes for you guys. And then we have one Miscellaneousaurus. Really wish this was at more than one. This card is absolutely amazing. Gives your dinosaurs protection, and you can banish this and any other dinosaurs in your grave to special summon other dinosaurs. Uh, Typically, you won't summon more than a level 4, but that's fine because all of our level 4 lower dinosaurs are really helpful. And we have the one Giant Rex. You only need the one. You banish it, you summon it, as simple as that. And finally, the last one of is your Marimare for your Yazi Marimare combo. This card is just so good. Helps us make our level 7 or even level 8 synchros, as well as it's a one card Boral. Really great. And for hand traps, I'm only running 2 different hand traps. I'm running 3 copies of Ash, which is just universally amazing to have in decks that can afford to put it in, and then 3 copies of Effect Veiler. You could run Impermanence instead if you have it or if you want to use it. I just feel like I'd rather have the Effect Veiler because if your opponent MSTs your Impermanence when you have to set it, or, well, not MST, most likely Twin Twister, or they just pop your back row in general, it can be a pain. Plus, to activate it from hand, you have to have nothing on field, which is typically only going to be once per game. So I feel like Effect Failure in that case might actually be a little bit better to have instead. So that's it for the monsters of the deck. Next, for our spells, we have, of course, the card that this deck is built around, the Lost World. You summon a dinosaur, you give your opponent a token, you try to destroy a token, but you avoid destruction by destroying something from your deck, which typically it'll be your babies who destroy instead, so you can combo off. Then we have 3 copies of Fossil Dig, the Rhoda for dinosaurs, just overall really good to have. Usually will search the Oviraptor, but that's about it. Maybe your Miscellaneousaurus at some point. In some points, but you know what I mean. It's just searching your really good pieces. And then next we have 3 copies called Bygrave. Now, since this is a more combo-centric deck, we want to make sure our combos go through, so we use this to stop hand traps to allow us to continue with our combos. And we have 2 Terraforming so that we can search our Lost World. We want to see it as quickly as possible. Best starting hand typically is Oviraptor, your field spell, and then your Miscellaneousaurus. Those are typically the cards you want in your hand turn 1. And then we have 2 copies of your field spell. Just need to get my charger. Alright, sorry about that. I had to kind of stop for a second. So yeah, 2 Evolution Pill. Gets us our big dinosaurs, our Conductor, Overtex, if need be, Pankratops. Any more than 2 I think feels bricky. I wouldn't go to 3. I think 1 is too little. You're at least going to use this twice per game, so I'd say run 2 copies of Pill. And then 2 Twin Twisters, because there's a lot of back row lately, especially with all these Salamangreats and Sky Strikers around. I definitely feel like running this in the main deck for this deck is the right choice, because I had the space for it as well. And then for the 1-ofs, 1 Foolish Burial, just universally amazing in most decks, and the 1 Reborn as a extra little extender. You don't actually have to run Monster Reborn, but if you have a better idea of what to run in its place, then do let me know, honestly, because I am still testing. I'm not really a dinosaur expert or anything, but I at least know some of the ins and outs of the deck. And we of course have the 1 token to go with our Lost World. I don't think you're going to use any more than 1 per game, so it should be enough. And then finally, for the extra deck, we have 1 Linkuriboh. We use it with our Marimare. 1 Riptodocus can help us make Naturia Beast. We have a Nightmare package of Phoenix and Unicorn. Phoenix to the back row. Unicorn can help spin back Colossus in a Thunder Dragon matchup. The 1 Summon Sorceress to go with our Riptodocus, usually, if we're not using it to make natural rabies, we're using it to make summon sorceress to kind of extend our combos. And then I'm also running one of each Boral Link monster. Well, the main Boral Link monsters that everyone else is running. I had the space for both, so I'm using both. Both have different situations that they're better for, so process of elimination, I decided to go with both. Synchros, one natural rabies, spell lockdown, I guess you can say. One Dawn Dragster. If we can't make natural rabies, we're making Dragster, or if we think, or if we need a way to kind of avoid getting hit with like evenly matched or some sort of pesky trap, then we can make Dragster. But even if we can't make Dragster, that's fine, because Overtext also negates spells and traps, so literally having Dragster or Overtext is the same exact thing. You're negating one of either or. One Cyber's Quantum Dragon, I think this card is actually really good. What I failed to realize is that this card's effect that bounces an opponent's card to hand, monster to hand, works on both players' turns, which is really good. So if you actually happen to have like your natural rabies and your opponent wants to kind of run over it, if you have out both of these and a link monster, like let's say Summon Sorceress pointing to both of them, you can, if they want to go for your natural rabies, you could be like, no, you're attacking Quantum Dragon, and then use Quantum to send that card to their hand, which really I think is helpful. And so it's actually a really good offensive and defensive card at the same time, which I think is overall really, really good to have. And we have our Yazi for the Yazi Mare combo, and next we have Borload Savage Dragon. You're probably asking yourselves, why am I running Borload Savage Dragon? How would I make it? Now, typically the way to make Borload Savage Dragon in this deck is actually using Mare. Now, since it's level 7, after you use its effect and you make 3 tokens, it ends up becoming a level 4. So if you can somehow get something like your Oviraptor, your Giant Rex, or maybe even your Miscellaneous Source to the field, then you have your monsters already on the field to make Borload Savage Dragon. Typically, you're probably going to end up using one of these, though, instead of Miscellaneous Source, but overall, it is possible. And it's just a really, really solid Synchro monster in the deck. And finally, for Synchros, I'm running one Trish. I actually think Trish is really helpful in the Sky Striker and the Salamangreat matchups, because typically Sky Strikers and Salamangreats need their grave and hand and field. They need everything. But overall, if you hit their certain cards, then they're done. And finally, one Evil Zerdoka, one Evil Zerlagia. Just really good negates overall. And that is it for this deck profile, guys. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comment sections, and then make sure you subscribe for some awesome content in the future as well. And if you guys would like to help support the channel as well, you can you can do so by becoming a Patreon, B, sending a donation through PayPal, or C, you can potentially send some stuff in through mail, which I believe I left a address below in the description if you guys do want to send stuff, whether it be actually literally just being if you guys want to help me with deck profiles. Or you just want to show your support or get a shout out or whatever. But more importantly, guys, if you are doing anything to support the channel, that's great, thank you. But mainly what I'm doing this for is to help the channel continue, help these deck profiles be finished and in a timely manner, and also to kind of help me with paying with my trading card game as well, because, well, I want to bring it out to the world. I want people to experience my hard work, and I'm just hoping people will start watching those videos about it and become interested. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, as I said, and I will see you in the next one. Later, guys.